Welcome to Ixia product demonstration.
In this session, we will be demonstrating how to use Ixia, testing VPN service over segment routing transport network. We use L3 VPN over SR transport as an example. As seen in the topology, there are two Ixia ports connected back to back. The left-hand side topology shows the Ixia site emulation of VPN over SR network, whereas the right-hand side topology represents the system under test network. The highlighted Ixia topology consists of a P router or provider router running ISIS SR, and behind it there are three provider edge or PE routers. Each PE router has three L3 VPN instances configured. The PE routers are also running ISIS SR, and the node SID of these PE routers are advertised by ISIS SR. The custom edge or the CE router network 1 simulates the VPN routes. The right-hand side topology consists of similar configuration as the Ixia side. During real-time testing, the encircled part shown here will be the system under test or SUT, and the CE router network 2 will be configured on an Ixia port connected to the SUT. Ixia PE routers will learn the VPN labels advertised by the SUT for these routes. Now let's see in details how the Ixia P routers and PE routers need to be configured to set up VPNs over segment-routed transport network. On the P router, single sRGB with starting label 16,000 and index 1 is configured as the node SID. The simulated ISIS SR network 1, over which the PE routers are configured, is also running ISIS SR, which will advertise these PE routers' loopback addresses as node SIDs. Same sRGB with 16,000 as starting label is configured on the PE router nodes. The SID index is configured as 11, 12 and 13. Next, let's see how the VPNs are configured on the PE routers with MPI-BGP configured. Select BGP Peer 2 stack and click on Edit Stack Multiplier. Set the value to required number of VPNs for each PE. This is how the number of VPNs can be configured in each PE router. By changing the multiplier, one can scale the number of VPN instances per PE router. Next, we see how the export and import RTs are configured. Three types of export RTs are supported, namely AS, 4-byte AS and IP. We have set it to AS. There are a total of 9 unique VPN instances configured here, 3 for each PE routers. We have configured same export RT AS number or assign numbers on both Ixia and SUT. The import RT of Ixia must match with the export RT of SUT such that it can learn the VPN labels advertised by the SUT. Here, since we have configured the export RT same as SUT's, we have enabled the import RT same as export RT checkbox to avoid redundant configuration. If Ixia's export RT is not same as SUT's export RT, user should uncheck this checkbox and configure the import RT explicitly. Next, there are CE devices configured with VPN routes. 5 routes per VPN and a total of 45 VPN routes. These routes will be used as source of the VPN over SR traffic, shown later in the demo. Now, let's start the protocols. Once all the sessions are up, the transport labels to reach the PE routers of the SUT network will be advertised by ISIS SR as node IDs, which will be learned by the Ixia P router 1. It can be checked what label value is learned by seeing the ISIS SR learned info on this device. As can be seen, 3 PE routers are advertised by the SUT with labels 16,101, 16,102 and 16,103 respectively. These labels will be used to reach the PE routers through SR tunnels. Similarly, The VPN labels are also learned by the Ixia PE routers. One can trigger Get IPv4 VPN Learned Info for each BGP PE router to check the learned VPN labels. It is seen that 15 VPN labels have been learned correctly by the PE router selected. Now we shall see how traffic can be generated over each of these VPNs using the SR labels as the outer transport label, whereas the VPN labels learned from MPI-BGP will be pushed as the inner label in the traffic. Traffic will be sent out from the Ixia CE devices to the CE devices connected to the system under test. The endpoints are accordingly selected. Traffic can be tracked by the inner and outer MPLS labels as shown. Next, if we go to the preview page and click the View Flow Groups / Packets button as shown and circled in black, we can see all the packets generated with MPLS labels. As expected, the ISI's SR labels encircled in blue are the outer labels and the VPN labels are pushed as the inner labels encircled in green. If proper labels are not getting shown here, then that indicates that some label learning issue, which must be resolved before proceeding any further with the test. Upon successful traffic generation and apply, once it is started, one can validate the flow statistics to check if the SR and VPN labels are properly pushed in the data traffic. In detailed flow statistics, there are 45 VPN routes, so there should be 45 flows as both inner and outer labels are tracked. We can drill down based on the tracking options selected while configuring the traffic item. Since we have drilled down by MPLS label value, which is the outer SR label, there are 3 flows corresponding to the 3 PE routers. One can also validate whether the SR label values used as outer label match the ISI's SR learned info checked earlier. With VPN over segment routing transport emulation, user can validate such segment routing transport support for various VPN services such as L2 VPN, L3 VPN, eVPN, etc. User can easily scale the number of PEs, VPN instances, and VPN routes to stress the system under test for both control and data plane performance.
Thank you for your time. Please watch our other product videos for more information.